Virgo. Talking about Virgo in this video, and I might go on a little bit of a rant about Virgo instead of getting into the specifics because this is the problem I have with Virgo because Virgo energy has taken over. I mean, it's everywhere. And the main problem I have with Virgo energy is Virgo likes to think, and it becomes this perfection. It becomes this life of perfection. It becomes a life of control. I think I have control. It's not even I think anymore. For a lot of people, it's become I have control. I have total control over my life. I mean, this is so popular, and I'm not saying that in your mind, uh, it's not a bad thing to think that you have control, but it's overblown out of proportion. And you can think you have control that can give you some feeling of safety. Let me give you some examples. Say a person who's living this Virgo. I'm going to paint a picture for you. A person who's living this Virgo life. So here in the culture, well, actually, it's pretty much most of the world, more likely not. Modern world. Person grows up, they go to school. It starts with school, and you have first grade through 12th grade. Right there, you had this sense of control. I'm going to first grade, and I'm going to accomplish this. I graduate, and I go to second grade, third grade, etc. And this whole thing is a fabricated control system. And if you want to think in your mind that by graduating these grades and this school system that you've accomplished something or that you have some control over your life, great, you can do that. That gives you that sense of security, that comfort. But in the end, that's not what's happening. That's why we study astrology. That's why we study the unseen world, because we can see what's really going on. That is just the cup. That is just the structure that's there that makes us feel like we have control, but we have no control. There is a sole controller of this whole thing, and I'm not going to mention the three-letter word that is used. But then let's continue on with the scenario. Then we have the job, the career that we think, and a person, as I mentioned, a person who's really going through this will go through the grade system, will go to college. It doesn't even necessarily require college, but will go through the school system, then they'll go to work, and they'll do this so perfectly. And they'll have their job, they'll have the career, they're more likely than not have the same job. This is required, by the way. This isn't even an option. To function in society for most people, this is a requirement. So they'll go through their job, they'll go through their career, usually the same one. Then they'll have a family, they'll get married, they'll have kids, etc. They'll even do the thing called divorce at 20 years later. They'll get the divorce and then they'll remarry. And maybe at worst they'll divorce twice and remarry twice. And they might even divorce and then go single the rest of their life. Like, it's so structured, it's ridiculous. And yeah, this is the Virgo reality for most people. And I think, number one, they have it in their chart. They have these Virgo, and they never learn to use. They never learn to use the Virgo energy, rather than have the Virgo energy use them, because that's what's happening. The Virgo energy is using us. It's using people. And when I say that, what they haven't done is they haven't integrated Pisces. See this painting right here? I put this painting back here for a reason. This is pure Pisces. I created this. It looks up close, it looks like there's some order. Right? I created this out of nothing, out of pure chaos. And that's what Virgo energy, pure Virgo energy, has not learned how to use Pisces energy. And you'll often see in the world, come back to my example of this perfect person, this perfect life. They have not, they have no concept, true concept for Pisces energy. They think they do. They think they do. It's like, this person, this typical person who exists in society. Their version of Pisces will be like listening to music. It's not even playing music; it's listening to music. And I'm not knocking on. This is literally everybody. This is everyone, because we all do this. We all do this. But there's people that have more Virgo energy, that really, really, you really see it in their life. But you'll go into things like they'll be listening to music, going to concerts, going to events in general. Right? This is what we do. We have this total structured life, and then we'll go and we'll go on vacation, or we'll go and we'll go to a concert. We'll go to the bar on Friday night or the club and completely let loose. It's completely out of balance, and it's all fabricated. Like, these people, they think they have we should these people. We think we know what Pisces energy is when we do these things, like go get trashed at the bar on a Friday night, or we go let loose when we go on vacation. The what's the college trips, senior week, or spring break, and we completely let loose. It's completely Virgo Pisces out of balance, and we think we like it. We think we like it, and people have no idea. They have no idea what they're missing, and that's the irony of it. That's the irony of it, because they don't want to miss. They don't want to miss out. They want to experience, and they don't know that they're the cause of their own. They're the cause of their own sabotage, and they have no clue. Now, the way out of this is Pisces. And let me clarify what I mean, because it doesn't mean that you go out in the unknown. I mean, it can mean this, but it doesn't necessarily mean you go out into the unknown. So, for example, you quit your job, and or you move to this country or this state, quit your job, go for the dream job, etc. You start that YouTube channel. You take action on what's going on in your mind. Doesn't mean that. You become a musician, etc., etc. It doesn't necessarily mean that. What I mean by that, the answer is to go into Pisces energy. When you go into Pisces energy from a spiritual standpoint, you begin to understand. You begin to understand that this isn't your game. This, and I'm not going to get into the details in an astrology video, but this isn't your game. This is the Pisces energy. Whose game is it? Whose game? Who is the puppeteer controlling all of this? Because it's not us. We think it's us, but it's not. So we really sit down with our Virgo energy. What we can do, we sit down, we analyze our life, and we realize that it's not our game. We realize that this life that we're living is the life. This is the life. What we're doing right now, what we're doing for most of the life. This is hard for young people to understand, because young people, including myself, had these visions of what they think their life is going to look like. But as you get older, you begin to realize, you begin to assimilate this wisdom, because you only, and when I say older, begin to be 50, 60, 70 years old, you realize through aging, and there's not much time left, and you start to see that, you start to go back, you can really go back and look over your life and see that this is true, that what you were, you're going through your life, you're going through school, you're going through work, you're doing these things, and then you're realizing that there's not much to it. that what you're doing is your life. That what you're doing right now is your life. That's what you're doing. So, for example, if you're a nurse, Virgo nursing is a big Virgo energy, right? And especially with money, you're nursing and you've been doing this for 10 years and you're sick of it, right? You're dreaming about this and you're that. You want to do this, you want to do that. But then as you become 60, 70 years old, you realize I've been nursing my whole life and nothing's changed. And you start to realize that all the wasted time thinking and worrying about and dreaming, none of it came true. So that is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm referring to. You start to realize that this isn't your game. And this is when you can really experience and integrate Pisces into your life, into your daily life, and get rid of the Virgo perfectionist, and you can really start living your life. Isn't living your life isn't going to work, going to school, and then letting loose on the weekends. That's not living your life. I'm talking about living your daily, your minute to minute, hour by hour, daily life in a state, of bliss, if there even is such a thing. Because Virgo energy, I'm telling you right now, pure Virgo energy is as far from bliss as you can get. It's like Earth energy. Earth energy is as far from bliss, and yet it's necessary. So integrating that Pisces into your life.